Welcome to Voodoo Whiskey Gaming, and this is my late review of the Diablo 3 Necromancer DLC and a bit on the 2.6 patch. I played it on the Xbox One. It's also available on the PC and PS4 and 360 and PS3 if you still use those. I don't know why you would. So the story doesn't really change for what's going on in the Diablo 3 world. The only difference is this is a new playable character. And the 2.6 patch includes some new content, including like challenge rifts, a few new zones, including the Fate Realms or Realms of Fate, as well as the Moors and the Temple of the Firstborn. And the neat thing about those is not only are they completely new zones, but they also have some new enemies as well and quests. Like I said, the story doesn't really change, neither does the audio except for the new stuff for the Necromancer and for the quests, and that is all well and good, and the music is still excellent, and the sound effects are still very well done. I mean, Blizzard has had a long time for this. The only thing that has really changed is the gameplay mechanics. The controls have stayed the exact same. As far as the gameplay, the Necromancer is very much a ranged character. You can still do some melee with them. They do have a specifically melee attack, but even that is meant to be used at a safe distance. The Necromancer relies a lot on their special abilities, which have all kinds of magic. There's like the bone claws coming up from the ground, there's raising skeletons, ghastly mages. But my favorite, and I think the most unique, is that when you kill an enemy with the Necromancer, it leaves behind a corpse, which is more or less just a torso, but said torso is a weapon, essentially. You can basically blow up that torso, so if that torso is sitting in a bunch of other enemies, boom, it blows up, does damage to them. Or you can do my personal favorite, the Bone Lance, which basically destroys the torso and creates a bunch of bone shards that come flying down on an enemy. And it's very powerful, so it can kill that enemy, and then it can just keep going and going and going, and Bone Lance, Bone Lance, Bone Lance, Bone Lance, Bone Lance. And you can wipe out huge numbers. And that having been said, I loved playing as the Necromancer. I've been dying to play as the Necromancer since Diablo 3 came out. I've been waiting for this for so long. But it is very, very overpowered. I have a nearly level 70 character with every other class in this game, and the Necromancer is by far the most powerful. I would say the next most powerful, or at least build that I have done, is the Mage, but man, the Necromancer just burns through everything. I'm playing on hard, which is not the hardest difficulty, but it is more difficult, and I felt like I was playing on medium at best. Along with the Necromancer though, there are new achievements if you're into that, or trophies, whichever console you prefer. So that's nice that they did that, but the reality of it is, Diablo 3 has grown so much, and I love that. When Diablo 3 first came out, a lot of people had complaints with it, and I understand where those came from because the auction house was bullshit. And it really did damage the game in its entirety, but then they started releasing content for specifically the Diablo 3 2.0 stuff, and it's amazing because it's full updates, it's game-changing stuff. It's a lot of new content that they're adding, and they're adding it all for free. The Necromancer DLC is not free, but patch 2.6 is. So, like I said, controls haven't really changed. There's no reason to really go into that. I think they still work very well, and playing as the Necromancer doesn't really change that. Lastly, the graphics. Unlike the last Diablo 3 video, it's not that pixelated shit, it's real graphics because this isn't some special event to make the game look shitty for some reason. Gotta admit, the whole Diablo in Diablo 3 concept was so stupid. It took a good-looking top-down, loot adventure game and made it look like crap. The overall is, I really enjoyed the Necromancer DLC, although I can't fully recommend it because it really just adds one character. I mean, all the other really cool content that truly extends the life of the game, significantly extends the life of the game, is free in the 2.6 patch. So I've got to say that, as much as I'm glad I have the Necromancer and I love playing as the Necromancer, paying $15 for it is a little insane. I'd be happier with 10 or something like that. But hey, I will recommend, play Diablo 3. It's a fun game, and patch 2.6 really adds a lot to it. Okay, so in the comments below, why don't you tell me if you're a fan of the Diablo franchise, and if you're excited for the concept of an HD remastered version of Diablo 2. Since that is the rumor at the moment. And as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. And if you like what I'm doing in general, share, subscribe. Have a good one.